37 Don Shula Drive in honor of the legendary coach. The stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. On the visitor's sideline, the Bills head coach Sean McDermott. His team in the middle of a good run, 4-2 over their last 6 games. Across the way, the head coach of the Dolphins. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson on hand as Cameron Dicker is set to kick things off. And off we go from South Florida. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They're led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 59 at quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
Nothing real fancy when you look back on last week's game, Mike. I mean, he had the 2 touchdown passes, of course, the 1 interception he'd love to have back. But for the most part, I thought he was really efficient. I thought he did a nice job operating the system. And there's actually some more plays that he left out there. So I think he can build off a lot of that, try to improve in this one today.
He runs with it. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down. Here's the first carry for Tank Bigsby. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. A second down throw for Hurts. Now a screen set up for Bigsby. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, Buffalo.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
This is caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage, no gain to show for it.
No gain on the play. Brings up
third and long for Hurts. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
This one taken in by Chenault. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, they're going to run, and it's Bigsby. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and goal, Buffalo.
In motion now, it's Collins. Hurts to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. for the end zone, but it's batted away. Incomplete. He was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly, and now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That'll be caught by the running back, Bigsby. And he's going to be marked short of that first down. How do you want to play it? They need almost 2 full yards. Decision time, 4th down. And this will pay off. It is caught. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Buffalo. His 4th TD grab of the season.
And this is certainly what they've wanted to do all season long, and it's a huge reason, Mike, for this winning streak. Their ability to jump teams early and play with a lead. Everything is so much easier for the coach, for the offense, for the defense. Playing with a lead in the NFL is the ultimate position to be in.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Open man. That's Dante Fortin. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's brought in right side by Pickett. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. They get 22 yards there. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. With that, I will give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game.
2nd and 2.
We are through 1. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to South Florida after this. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the 2nd quarter. They've got it 2nd down and 2. Now Gentry will get this inside the 20, and nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down, they need 7. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's made right side. It's Johnson. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line.
And the Dolphins 1st down.
Gentry. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
A 4-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal. They'll run with Genty. And no signal. Didn't look like he got there. He did not. And now the tension mounts. 4th and goal. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming.
What is up?
They'll try it now with Genty. And he's not anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs. He'll step up and run this.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20. 1st and 10.
And the Bills, 1st down.
Kirk is the motion man.
At the 19-yard line.
Off the play fake. Hurts. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
11 more yards. That's another Bills.
On play action, here's Hurts. Pass caught left side by Fant. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. 2 minutes remaining. 1st half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to Miami after this. Hurts now on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They face 2nd down and 7.
A 3-yard pickup.
To throw is Williams. Open man is Horton. He's got it. Nice game here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Dolphin.
Going on 1st down, it's Williams. Moving outside the pocket. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. But I think the Dolphins are going to be able to hold on. And indeed, they will keep possession. Joe Bitonio, former All-Pro, guilty on that one. They'll go play action here with Williams. That's into the hands of Horton.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down.
play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down. But he cannot down there to hold him to a short return. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. So halftime straight ahead as we go up to Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. It's Week 10, Veterans Day coming up on Tuesday, by the way. We salute all the brave men and women who keep our country safe. This one's for you. Here we go with the highlights. And it's the dangerous Justin Fields. He's looking to throw, nothing's there, so he takes off. And he takes off to the painted grass. Touchdown, 20 yards on the scramble. From there, let's go out to Denver, checking in on the Broncos. They're playing host to the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is one of the better young wide receivers in the game today, Jackson Smith-Njigba. He had his way with the defense from beginning to end. How about 4 touchdown catches in the game? The Broncos are playing well. They move to 7-3 with the victory. One more to show you real quick. We go to Houston. It's the Texans hosting the Jacksonville Jags. And it's the veteran Baker Mayfield. He's been getting after it early, one of his 3 first-half touchdown passes. The Jaguars with a big lead on the road at the half. And here's a look at the rest of the action that's going on, the risers and the fallers around the NFL here in Week 10. Meanwhile, in our game, just 1 touchdown on the board. 7-0 is the score as we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Just that 1 touchdown on the board. 7-0 to score as the 3rd quarter begins. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense and Caleb Williams set to take over once more. And he continues to show off his ability to run with the football. The situation calls for it. He is the NFL's leader in rush yards at the quarterback position. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drop. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Williams. He's gone there. That's Travis Hunter. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Forced out left. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll try to set up the screen to Genty. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On third down, it's Williams. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
They're going for it. Here's Williams. Escaping the pressure right. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. They'll come up here, first and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
A play fake. Now Williams. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down. Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
At the 42-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Williams. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
That one taken in by Mitchell. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up fourth down.
On for the field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Dolphins are on the board. 3. So Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. Return up near the 30-yard line, but that penalty marker could impact the spot. Let's get the call. They're going to start this on the ground with Bigsby. And despite a nice juke, they're only going to get a yard to show for it. Second down. Get a pause here. We have an injury, and it is the tight end, Sam Laporta, a player they cannot afford to lose. Second down, 8 yards to go. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
4 yards.
A gain of 24 through the air. Good for a Bills first down.
4-yard gain on the play. First down, Bills.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Dorrance Armstrong getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year.
And it might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And that'll be caught by the running back, Bigsby. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Makes it 3rd and 10.
From from the shotgun. It's Hurts. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Escaping to his left. He'll get a dozen out of that one. Scrambling his way to a 1st down.
That's another Bills 1st down. A gain of 12. And the Bills 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On play action, Hurts. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Up wide, that's Bigsby. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now Hurts. This is caught at the 2. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Bills. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7th. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense and Caleb Williams set to take over once more. A real threat, not just with the arm, but the wheels as well. The NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. They'll run the toss to Genty. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Third and inches. He'll try to pick it up with Genty. Oh, he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. Going to depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short. This crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field. What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge doesn't change the official's decision. They're going to keep the spot right where it was. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. They'll try to run. First down and more past midfield. And he is all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Pass caught by Hunter. And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
15 more yards. That's another Dolphins first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played?
And he will score! Game on! Ashton Genty, touchdown Dolphins. That is 16th touchdown of the year. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Big play here. Dolphins will go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And he will get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful. And game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the fourth quarter.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a first and 10. In motion now, it's Collins. A first down throw for Hurts. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the defense is going to come up with it. Maybe the break they need here in the fourth quarter.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Here's a handoff to Genty. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Big play coming up. This is third down. Looking middle, and he spots Hunter there. And he will score! Travis Hunter. Touchdown, Miami. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to... themselves this big win.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins have taken a 4-point advantage.
Bills 14.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This taken at the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bills offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. To throw is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Bigsby. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play and a 1st down.
That's good for a Bills 1st down. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Buffalo.
Here's Hurts. Got his man. It's Hurts. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40.
Again, Hurts. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. To the air again, Hurts. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. Hurts again. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance. Trailing here in the 4th. They will turn it over on down. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. That's caught downfield by Hunter. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And the Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Run right up the gut was Genty. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Dolphins. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. And 17 for the season. Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
14.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Here's Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Collins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll drop to throw. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. 2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. Hurts now. That one complete. It's Ian Thomas. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Another Bills. 1st down.
Hurts will try it again. He'll step up and run. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's another Bills. 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Back at the 20-yard line.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Got his man at the 6. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Here's Bigsby. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. He'll get up and clock it, and does it with just a little over 40 seconds to play. 3rd and goal for Hurts. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way.
And he will get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful. And game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the 4th quarter.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy is better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
And he'll be taken. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken for. Only 1 timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So, fins up. It's a win for the Dolphins. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.